Alright guys, I'm here at the Jiu-Jitsu Mill and I want to talk a little bit about positive self-image in coaching for martial arts and specifically Jiu-Jitsu. For a long time in coaching and training, people would tell people what not to do. They would always say like, oh, don't get your guard passed, or don't do this, or don't do that. And a lot of the research that's coming out now and a lot of the most successful athletes are explaining that actually doesn't work, because when we go to do something in a sport, say jiu-jitsu, when we go to do a specific movement, all right, we have to have a mental image of that movement. And that mental image of the movement allows us to go and execute that movement with our body. When a coach gives a negative cue saying don't do X or don't do Y, that actually blocks the person from seeing anything other than what they're not supposed to do. And then it's actually cueing them in a sense to do what you're telling them not to do, because they're gonna then visualize what you're telling them not to do. Instead, we want to replace that with a positive cue. So you tell them what to do, and then we want to build up that as part of their self-image, so that the person starts to think, oh yeah, that's like me to do a good job retaining my guard, or that's like me to escape the mount as soon as I get mounted. So you start to think of yourself and believe in yourself as somebody who does those things immediately when it happens to you. And this is really, really important for development, and also to start doing internally when one's talking to oneself as an athlete. So you want to be making sure that you're talking to yourself as an athlete and saying, all right, yeah, that's like me to do this thing, instead of trying to attack yourself for making mistakes. So we want to make sure that we're always using positive language internally, building ourselves up, building our self-confidence, and making sure we're teaching ourselves that we believe that we can accomplish what it is that we're doing.